Hello and welcome to another one of Isaac. We'll be doing a normal one this time, and we're gonna do Lilith again. And our goal, of course, is to beat the Dark Room once again. Hopefully we'll do this in this one. That would be pretty good. But we'll see. As an extra note, of course, we will also try to beat Delirium. But we'll see once we get to it. And we now have Abel, which is one of the worst familiars. Because he's always on, he basically mirrors your movement pattern. So it's pretty hard to hit with him. Which makes him quite a bad familiar. Since he's pretty useless if you can't even hit a single shot with him. But we're Lilith, so any familiar is pretty much fine. I'm not gonna go to the curse room yet. We will first beat the boss, and then see how much health we have left. Because I would really like to keep my black hearts for now. Two heart drops there. And we are in Burning Basement. So the bosses will be pretty much fine, since every boss in basement is not too hard. And we got a rune. Just AWOS. I will just use it here. Maybe get a wall space. But we didn't. And we got Monstro as a boss. Which is a pretty easy boss. I'd be surprised if I get hit here. Yeah, really easy boss. And we got growth hormones, which is really good. Speed and damage up. That's really good. And yeah, we won't be going to the curse room, since I just took damage. Oh, and another goal for our next ones will be to unlock the 3 missing characters that I still don't have. And one of them can only be unlocked through greed mode. So we probably have to be playing a bit of greed mode. And the other one you can only unlock with a certain trinket. So maybe we'll even get that trinket in this run, and we'll unlock the new character. And the last character that I'm missing can only be unlocked if you beat the first boss on the first floor within a minute. And then you have to go through more of the run and do some other things to unlock that character. So in the future we will be trying to beat the first boss as fast as possible, so we can get a chance at unlocking the other character. And I already know the character, and it's a pretty interesting character. And yeah, we just died. We will of course be doing a new one. But that room that we just died in, I really don't like it. I always get hit there. And if you get hit once in that room, then you pretty much just have to get hit another time. You just need to be really careful in that room. And Lucky Rock is really a trinket. Once we have bombs, we can just basically put our bombs anywhere, and we just get a lot of coins. It's really good. And we really want to get bombs now, since there's also a tinted rock. Maybe we'll get a bomb of Book of Sin. We don't. But I will be charging Book of Sin for now, since Box of Friends is already charged. And yeah. I'm taking too much damage, once again. And yeah, as you can see, every rock that is being destroyed just drops a coin. It's really good. And it's actually quite the underrated trinket, in my opinion. And we sadly can't charge Book of Sin, since there's only the boss room left. But we want to use Box of Friends for the boss room. Yeah, we just get a lot of coins. And we can actually take a look into the item shop. Which actually has a reroll mission, which we will be using. And yeah, that's a pretty good item. With it you can just hold 2 active items, which is pretty useful as a Lilith, since you usually just want to be carrying a Box of Friends for the whole run. And this just allows you to take another active item, which is pretty nice. And we got Monster once again, which won't be a problem. Yeah. And Speedball. It's fine. Growth Hormones is better, of course. But it's fine. And I will just be doing that. That wasn't really good, but I did it anyways. And the secret room is most likely here. Yeah, so far our luck in this run is really not good. Got a bad curse room. The shop also wasn't that great. And the secret room is pretty horrible. But well. Oh, I forgot to pick up Book of Sin. Because of Fanny Pack we could have taken Book of Sin. Yeah, that was a bad play. Hopefully we will be getting another active item, but that was really bad. I just forgot. But I hope it will be fine. Well, but if we want to beat the Dark Room, then we definitely need better items than what we have right now. Because the dark room again is not really easy. I won't be taking that right now. I will reroll that. And that's not too bad, I guess. It's basically just a worse version of the Guppy transformation. But the Guppy transformation is just so OP that it's still not a bad item. And there's a tinted rock, which gives us small rock, which is really good. And if we get lucky, we might be able to go to the shop as well. Looks pretty good as of right now. And again, we can get BFF in the shop. So going to the shop will be pretty good. And if we get another bomb, we can definitely go to the shop. Oh. Okay, that super form shoots different Gs than what normal does. And that confused me for a second. But we will get the W, which is really good. And we get 2 soul hearts. And that's a pretty good W. We could get the multi-dimensional baby, which is a familiar, but we want to take the pact. The pact is just better. It's damage and tears up. Can't really go wrong with that. And we could have of course taken multi-dimensional baby, but then we would have been on only 1 heart, which we don't really want. So I didn't take it. And this Hagerless rule actually secures us the shop. Gonna use it in here and get a lot of coins from it. So we can now look into the shop. And those spikes, whenever you enter the room, they always move in a different pattern. Can sometimes be pretty frustrating. I will take the smelter, since we can just use it and have Lucky Rock as a permanent upgrade. Or rather as a permanent trinket for this one. Which is pretty good. And we have fanny pack, so we can carry it with it. With us. Sorry. I'm gonna use Box of Frenzy. Really don't like these enemies. And we have Blueberry's only friend, which is a familiar, but it's probably worse than Abel actually. And Abel is already really bad. Like Blueberry's only friend, it can be good in some certain situations, but most of the time not really. Since you control it with the arrow keys, the same keys that you shoot, that you control the direction where you shoot. So basically, if you want to control it, you have to give up your ability to control where your shots go, which is pretty bad. And it's only really useful when you can fly and just basically hide within rocks so that enemies can't hit you, but you can hit them since you can control Blueberry's only friend. That's pretty much the only situation where this familiar is really good. Because otherwise it's just not that good. But since we can fly, and we don't really need to hide above rocks, we won't really be using Blu-ray's only friend. Also really don't like this room. Just gotta stay in the middle so the enemies on the side don't attack us. And the stain is not a hard boss, if you have enough damage. If you can kill him fast enough, it's really not that hard. Sadly, we didn't get a deal, but we got another item for the spun transformation, which is pretty good. Getting spun transformation would be pretty useful right now. And we can also take a look into the shop, since we have 20 coins. And we still want BFF, just because it's just a damage up. And that was stupid damage again. Could have easily dodged that. But since we have Smelter, we also want Trinkets, since we can just make them permanent for this run. Which is really helpful. Oh wait, we already visited this shop. I forgot. Secret might be on the right. It's probably on the right here. Yeah. Flat Penny is also actually a pretty good trinket as well. Whenever you pick up coins, you can just get a key, which is really good. And I just took starter deck there because we will have enough coins. Starter deck isn't that great in my opinion, but we will have enough coins and enough keys so we can always take a look at the shop. Oh yeah, and another thing, a new DLC for The Binding of Isaac is actually out. The Binding of Isaac Repentance. And we will probably be playing that once I have it. I currently don't have it yet, but I definitely plan on buying it. And that just adds a lot of new stuff to the game. More items, more floors, more rooms, just everything. And that DLC is actually based on a mod for The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. So not for The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. It's based on a mod for Rebirth. And that mod was probably one of the biggest mods this game has ever seen. And it's a really great mod. And a lot of it is just used in the new DLC now. And that's pretty cool. And I have seen quite a bit of the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which is the mod that I'm talking about. So I will probably know a thing or two about Repentance as well. But other than that, I haven't seen footage of Repentance at all yet. So most of the things will probably be unknown to me. But as far as I've heard, it's a pretty good DLC. So I guess you can look forward to that as well. But right now we really gotta focus on not taking damage, since we're on 1.5 heart. Sorry. And this run isn't bad, especially since we also have Steam Sale now, which will allow us to get more items in the shop on the next floors, which is really useful. And if we also get a Remo machine in the shop, then we might be able to get BFF. And that would be really great. But who knows? We'll see. I really just gotta be careful now. Shop again. We already beat this boss in the boss challenge room, so it should be fine. And we did get a W. But I don't want to take it, since we would die off of it. I was hoping for an item like ceremonial robes, which would give us a lot of health. But yeah, we just go to the next floor now. And hope that we don't get super greed in the shop. Yeah, and I went straight into that. Really not good. And another trinket, which you can smelt. And we're on half a heart now. That is pretty scary. Really gotta be careful now. we will be bombing those. Because we might get a black art from it.
Temperance.
And this is a pretty good trinket. Just gives us an all setup if we have a completely empty spacebar item, which is pretty good. There's also another version of it, which gives you an all sets up if your active item is charged. We will again be bombing these skulls, since we might get a blackout. And there's something that we could really use right now. But you can just use smelter whenever, so we have an empty active item. We of course don't want to be going to the boss right now. We are in the death zone. I don't know which boss it's gonna be. And chances are pretty high that we'll get hit. But hopefully we will have a soul heart in the shop. And we do, which is really good. Sadly, no really good items. But Diplopia is pretty good, since we can just use it. Get ourselves 2 soul hearts. And I guess Ventricle Razor would be pretty good. And I think we will take it. You can just basically create 2 portals and jump between them. Can save a lot of time. And can also save health, for example when going into a curse room. But I'm mainly taking it because it permanently gives us the light bulb effect. So we constantly have an all setup, which is pretty nice. At least it should give us that. Apparently if we use Box of Friends, the effect wears off, which is pretty weird. Maybe if we just use it? No. Okay, that is pretty weird. We can take that if we had a bomb. This is a pretty scary room, since spikes always deal 1 heart of damage. Surprised we didn't take damage there. That was really close. Let's just pretend nobody saw that. Oh yeah, it was a really good idea that we didn't go to the boss room before. Because I definitely wouldn't have beaten these without taking damage. I think. Oh, and Cambion Conception is also activated. And we got Demon Baby. And we finally got a health up. Which we really wanted. But yeah, our trinket apparently doesn't work with ventricle razor. But still fine though. Just need more damage now since we already have 5 fire rate. So that can't go lower unless we get specific items. But unless we get those specific items, our T rate is now capped at 5. Oh, it can't go lower than 5. Can actually use blueberries on the friend here. Definitely don't want to be going to the boss yet, since that's mom, so don't want to be going there yet. Since we couldn't escape the boss room. And this one item that gives us bleeding effect, it's really not that great. Like it only does 10% of your damage and it only activates every 2 seconds or something. Like it's an interesting item, but it's just not really that good. Since it just activates way not often enough. We have quite a lot of familiars now, especially with Box of Friends. So BFF would really be good. I will take left hand again to hopefully get more soul hearts. Because if we don't get more health, then we won't really be getting far on this run. But other than that, we have the potential to beat the Dark Room. We just need more health. That's the biggest thing we could use right now. Just more health. And there's the shop. Which is good. It has a real machine. Which is good. I will be taking that. Even though it's only going to be active for one item room, but I will take it. We will also take the bomb to reroll once again. This is a familiar. Mom's key is really good. We have a lot of coins, so we can buy a few items. Sadly we didn't get BFF. We can just use that item. We'll make the soul floor really easy. Because it insta-kills every room. Which is pretty nice. And it also opens Secret Room. Because if the enemy spawns more enemies after being killed, the spawned enemies don't get killed by the one item we just used. But other than that, it's pretty good. Can use our coins to gamble a bit here, since we don't have any other use for the coins. since after this floor we won't get any more shops. So maybe we get something good out of it. And red hearts is not something good. Okay. Got 4 things from that, and all of them were red hearts. I haven't seen that before. I mean, that's kind of really lucky that we even got 4 things of it. But it's also pretty unlucky that we're 4 red hearts. And we got Daddy Longlegs now, which is really good. Especially with Box of Friends. It will do a lot of damage, since it also gets doubled. And that will help us pretty much. But again, we just need more health in this run. And that Schrodinger's box familiar we picked up, it will be a different one on each floor. And currently, so it also has a different G effect on every floor. And currently, it has the effect of Godhead, which is one of the best items in the game. So that's really good. And because of Lucky Rock, we get a lot of coins here.
Judgment.
And we can play with this beggar. Since again, we don't need the coins after this floor. And he might give us something good. Like for example, a health up. I would actually take a health up here. We got Fanny Pack. Which is fine. And yeah, we can play with this guy again. Might get a good item this time. This is fine. Oh yeah, we got Joker. That's really good. And we got 4 cards. Oh, even though the item says that it drops 4 pills, we got 4 cards. Because we have the starter deck, which transforms every pill into a card. And we will take Kidney Stone here. We don't want to take the lowers. Joker's also really good. I will use a bomb here, since we can get 3 scouts. Sadly didn't get any blackout. But we will just go to Mom now. Hope we don't get hit. And hope that we find an item in the Devil Deal that we're hopefully gonna get. That will give us health. We're gonna take the negative since we want to go to the dark room. And Warden Baby is pretty good, I guess. I don't know if it was worth my last red heart, but I will take it. So the passage that opened there was probably to Delirium, which I definitely don't want to be going to now. Oh, and we could have used the Bible on Mom, which would have insta-killed her. But we didn't take damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sadly, the kidney stone effect is always activated once we were out of a room now. I mean, it's a pretty good effect. Makes a familiar shoot pretty fast. And we got Gubby's head. Which I will be taking over Bible. Since now we also get an offsets up every room. Since it only has one charge. So that's really good. Okay, we just need more health. And then we should be fine for this run. If we get more health. Also need to play better for that. Gonna use Box of Friends for this room. It's really easy to get hit in this room. Oh no, a Venom Familiar shoots Holy Light here now. I'm actually gonna open this. Didn't get any soul hearts, sadly. Okay, I will just use the Joker now. Was hoping to get an item that gives us health, but we didn't. So we just gotta do this floor without taking damage now. Or we get soul hearts. Or not. Yeah, they were dead. Again, we just didn't get enough health. That just seems to be an issue with the last run. Hopefully the next one is gonna be better. But that's gonna be it for this video. Bye.